Hey everybody, I'm here today to talk to you about 7 things that you should do in your Mazda 3. In this video, I'll be going over 7 simple mods that look good, that feel good, that sound good on Mazda 3s. Now, I'm filming this while I'm driving my 2010 Mazda 3, and there's actually only one mod that I've done to this Mazda 3, simply because it was my wife's car that I am currently driving, and she's driving our new 2017 CR-V. So with that being said, if I was to mod this car, I would do these 7 things. Well, the 6 other things that I haven't done to it. Now, let's get right to it, okay? Number 1 is lowering the car. Now, you can do this with coilovers or springs. Either one is good. Obviously, coilovers are going to be a little bit more expensive, and springs are going to be a little bit more affordable. But coilovers offer a little bit more versatility. Springs will basically just lower the car. Now, with that being said, Mazda 3s look great when they're stanced. When they're lowered, they look fantastic. They're also a little bit more aerodynamic, but the main reason that I say to lower the car is because it looks absolutely awesome. Mod number 2 that you should do to your Mazda 3 is a cold air intake. Now, a cold air intake will allow you to pretty much gain some performance, but the reason that I like a cold air intake the most is because of the sound. Because if I was just going for solely performance, I could go through many other mods that might give me more performance for the same price. But a cold air intake will increase the performance a little bit. I feel like when I've driven a car without a cold air intake and then put a cold air intake on it, I get some throttle response, some extra throttle response from it. But the main reason is for that sound. When you're not pushing the gas pedal hard, you won't really hear anything from the cold air intake, but the moment that you push that accelerator pedal down, you hear that nice, you hear that sound from the cold air intake, and that's why I always recommend a cold air intake as pretty much one of the first mods for pretty much any car that I'm talking about. Car mod number 3 that you should do to your Mazda 3 is wheels and tires. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the stock factory rims that come on this Mazda 3. I feel like if I painted them black, or if I, plasti dipped them, they would look absolutely amazing. But there are some more complex designs that you can get with aftermarket wheels and tires, simply because the factory wheels and tires look awesome, but they have a very, very simple design. And I feel like on a Mazda 3, if you get a nice dark set of wheels, like a charcoal gray or a black set of wheels with nice performance tires and a complex design on those wheels, it's going to look amazing. It's going to take the look of the Mazda 3 to a whole new level. Number 4 is a tasteful spoiler. Now, this will obviously differ depending on the body design of the Mazda 3 that you have, but I say a tasteful spoiler because, you can go very, very distasteful with regards to putting a spoiler on the car. I've seen some spoilers that maybe some people think they look good, but they're absolutely humongous, and I don't think they look that great. So I say a tasteful spoiler, like a little lip on the trunk, a little something that's very tasteful, something that looks cool, but you have to really inspect it to look at it. In my opinion, I wouldn't want to put a humongous spoiler on a Mazda 3. That might float your boat, but that's not what I would want. I would rather put just a little nice lip on the trunk lid, a nice tasteful spoiler on my Mazda 3. Number 5, mod number 5 that you should do to your Mazda 3 is a front lip. Now, I love the aerodynamic design of the Mazda 3, of this factory Mazda 3, okay? I love the way that it looks. And I love the fact that the front bumper already looks very sporty and aerodynamic. But I've seen this specific model, this specific body style of Mazda 3 with a nice front lip, and it looks absolutely incredible. It also adds a little bit of aerodynamics to the car, but I'm talking about doing this to the Mazda 3 because of its look, mainly. It simply looks awesome. The 6th thing that you should do to your Mazda 3 is actually one of my favorites, and it's probably a thing that I'm going to do next to this car, and that is interior LED lights. Now, if you take a look right over here, these lights, okay, we have one back here, and then we have 2 over here, these reading lights, or map lights as sometimes they're called. They can easily be replaced with LED bulbs. And The LED bulbs look amazing. They provide additional illumination, so better light, which means that you're going to improve both the form and the function. They look great. They work much better than the factory lights, and they're actually really inexpensive. So that's probably the next thing that I'm going to do to my Mazda 3, and I think that you should do the same thing. And last but not least, number 7 is tinted windows, and that's actually something that I have done to this car. Tinted windows. I have seen Mazda 3s, this specific Mazda 3, okay, on the road, other people driving their own version of this car without tinted windows, and compared to with tinted windows in this exact color, in this exact option scheme. You know, when I compare the two, tinted windows makes it look 500 times better, in my opinion. And especially because you see the windows on this car are rather big. So with that being said, at least in my opinion, so with that being said, having a nice deep tint looks awesome. Now, before you tint your windows, you should check on the legality of the tints that you're thinking about doing. Certain, you know, districts, certain countries and cities are going to have, provinces, whatever the case is, states are going to have different legalities for how much you can tint your windows. So you want to be sure before you go and pay the money to tint the windows to make sure that you're not going to get a ticket for doing it. So that's basically it. In this video, I've gone over 7 things that you should do to your Mazda 3. Now, I don't plan on modding this car that much. I'm probably, like I said, just going to do the interior LED lights. But if I was planning on modding it, those are the 7 things that I would do. Like I said, just for absolute honesty, the only thing out of those 7 that I have done to this car is tint the windows. Okay, this car has tinted windows, a nice deep tint on the windows, and I'm probably going to do the interior LEDs. But if I was to mod this car, I would probably do the rest. And that's basically it. That's why I wanted to make this video about the 7 things that you should do to your Mazda 3. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.